Hello and welcome to a new YouTube video from me. It's starting again on my channel. We will regularly see update videos here because so much is happening in the market. I want to take you through all market phases, so definitely tune in. I always say I explain everything on my channel in beginner-friendly language, so that means even those who haven't been trading for years are warmly welcome here. I take everyone along into the exciting realm of Web3. And for those who don't know me yet, my name is Corina Rebchen. I have been working in the banking and finance sector for over 25 years. I am an active trader myself and spend at least 4 to 5 hours daily in the market for you. With The Clue, I have a large international training company where I introduce everyone interested in the whole topic of Web3 digital assets trading. That means we tackle everything together. And today we are starting to dive into the exciting markets. Because what you have already seen or noticed over the past weeks, there have been extremely bad news again about crypto. As soon as we drop, mass media immediately creates panic. The fear and greed index is even below 10. That means there is extreme panic in the market. We last had that here when we look at the entire Bitcoin chart, last in 2022. I know for many who are new to this, these charts look a bit, overwhelming, but you will get used to it. Yes, the last time we had this was when we dropped so sharply from, 70,000, almost down to 15,000. And now since 2023, or actually since 2022, we have risen from 15,000 back up to over 125,000. Now we have dipped down to 60,000 due to various factors. I will get into that in a moment. And now the question is a bit, okay, how will it continue? There is extreme panic in the market. Many are also currently selling their stocks. What is happening with the economy? So various factors are coming together. And a major factor why it currently looks the way it does and why we haven't continued to rise here is, for one, it doesn't always go in one direction. On the other hand, here we only had private customers as investors. This entire rise is of course also strongly driven by the United States. We have the ETFs there, and if we look into that, you can already see with the Bitcoin ETFs, we had outflows again. So that means there was selling here as well. A lot was sold here, a lot was bought here. And with the sales we have seen, it's always in the hundreds of millions range. And of course, that will have an impact. It's similar with Ethereum. We had 1 or 2 days again that were associated with a small increase. And then we had again, yesterday, you see with a 1-day delay, really 130 million in outflows. And you can immediately see that in the chart. We'll look at that in a moment. But to the Bitcoin chart, yes, and of course all the big clients here, they naturally have to keep buying for the price to rise. Then various factors also need to be ensured internationally. Now we have the whole issue with Iran, USA conflict. That all plays a part here. That's why we need to look at where this is heading now. And normally when we are in the charts, I am only in the daily chart today. Normally we trade in the minute chart, short scalps. We trade in the hourly chart. So when we look at the daily chart here and we see a small candle, a wick that goes down to 60, and you could say normally that always gets picked up. So I also assume we will see the 60,000 mark broken downwards again. And then we see here, these are the RSI indexes. This always indicates whether a coin is currently overbought or oversold up here. It indicates when it is currently overbought. And it still looks very strongly overbought. So that means there is currently a lot of potential downward. And I say this also partly against the backdrop of the uncertain political situation that we now have here in the Middle East. That means if somehow an attack should occur in the next few days, then I see us going further down than 60,000. That means you can watch. Many investors act in such a way that they keep their cash on the side to then get back in. There are now various strategies. On Sunday, in the next workshop, we will again focus on strategies. If you want to join, please just contact us on our social media channels. Then we will take another close look at how things are there. We will do that on Sunday, but we really have to take it day by day here. And here we simply see that there is definitely still potential to go down. And with the other larger coins, like Ethereum, it really looks the same. So also Ethereum. You can actually see it just like Bitcoin in terms of the chart pattern, only that we don't have such a strong all-time high. So here we can see in 2021 we were at 4.8 and we got over 4.9 here, but we didn't rise as strongly as we saw with Bitcoin. So, but here as well, exactly the same after such a strong increase. And we are here from 2025, we were down to 2000, 1200, and then from 1200 up to 5000. We have almost captured the entire movement again. We also need to look here. We are massively overbought on a daily basis here as well. That means something is likely to happen. And then we have important support points again at 1.3 and in the 1000 range. So in my view, something will also happen here in the next few days. Here, this is our long-term line, which we have currently broken through downward, and we are now waiting for the next move. Whether we will fall further here depends. So if Bitcoin falls, it is usually the case that all the other altcoins also fall. That's why we also have to see what happens here. With Solana, we see exactly the same thing. Here again, it's always a bit more dramatic, I would say, when we see Bitcoin has, well, halved. Then Solana, we were over 200 and now we're at 83. So that means if we take a look at the whole thing here, we simply see where we come from. I have to strongly readjust this first. You can really see the movement in various altcoins. So we see we were over, yes, at 280. Now we're down to 83. The same, we were at 250 and actually went down to 14. So, and that is of course an incredible difference, and even more pronounced in movement than what we have seen with Bitcoin. But also here, normally when Bitcoin falls, the altcoins fall too. When Bitcoin rises, it is the reverse movement for various altcoins. But I will come back to that in another video about altcoins. Now I wanted to go back to Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and then we also have XRP now. It looks the same. So with XRP, we have risen very sharply. In 2024, we rose from 40 cents, and then it went to 3.35 and even 3.50. So, and then the whole thing went down. And here is a kind of, at 120, there's also a peak, which we briefly tested. But also here, it looks on a daily basis like we are still quite overbought. And with the whole political economic situation, it just looks like we might dip a bit further here. So, but there are not only bad news. What I find very positive is we will also look at this in one of the next videos. There is a Clarity Act in the USA that still needs to be passed in the US Senate. It is supposed to settle the entire topic of crypto digital assets once and for all. There should be a clear framework. Then you simply have your clear guidance. Because currently it is still the case that we often really do not have clear guidance from various countries. And this is supposed to come from the United States. And we are very curious about when it will be passed. So it has actually been in the works for almost a year. Then it was postponed again and again. And yes, we are waiting for it. So we are really just waiting for this bill to finally pass so that we finally know exactly where we stand in the crypto sector, because the whole regulatory uncertainty is, of course, still difficult. There are just many topics that simply haven't been addressed yet, and now we wait to see what happens here. But that's obviously the positive thing if we get regulatory clarity. And I strongly believe that we will get clarity not only regarding regulatory frameworks, but also that not everything will leave the digital asset space, because in my view, it is the future. Bitcoin is our future. Here in the UAE, we are already experiencing it. We actually live with it. When I work with colleagues from India, Bangladesh, Asia, I mostly already pay in cryptocurrency. That means what is still far off the horizon for many is already a reality for us. And that's why I definitely assume everything will recover. But of course, it might get a bit uncomfortable at first, so whether it's a Siemens stock that loses 10% or a smaller stock that has even lost 70%. That means this is currently a phase where you shouldn't bury your head in the sand, but stay engaged. And if you want to learn trading, then definitely join us at The Clue. We do this daily, so we are trading daily, we are regularly live, we have workshops, everything you need to be successful in this market phase. Because the nice thing about trading is that we can take advantage of this movement. Even if we go down to 50,000, we can short trade the whole thing. This means we can bet on lower prices and trade with that. This balances your portfolio again, and then we are in a waiting position for when things turn around and we can put cash into long positions or systematically rebuild portfolios. But currently, you can short trade, so you can just as well, no matter where Bitcoin is, no matter where Solana, Ethereum is, you can trade here every day, you can earn money here every day. That's why, from my perspective, that's why for trading it's partly even positive, because we can short trade. Therefore, yes, definitely don't bury your head in the sand. Keep going, stay on it. The markets are volatile, but you also learn to deal with it. That means I can only encourage everyone to get into these topics, like digital assets. And exactly, feel free to contact me. We will definitely see each other in the next video, and I wish you a great start to the weekend. Yours, Corinna.